What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Smitty. How y'all doing? Been a minute since I posted a video. I've had so much going on here at the house, so I haven't really got to do much. I haven't got to do anything on my projects, which is a bummer, but we'll get back to it. It's just a matter of time. Got to fix the wife's Toyota, you know. That's one of those deals. Got to fix her truck first, and today's video I'm going to go over probably just some repetitive stuff, but it's more for you guys that have followed the my Liftmaster gate stuff. That's what I'm having trouble with, is my gate again. We had another storm, and of course electrical interference took out the board again. Took out the transformer again. This time it took out the motor on the arm. I had ordered new batteries because they were 1.5 years old. They say you get about 2 years out of them. So I went ahead and ordered batteries and new board, and this time I had to order a control box because it broke. So every time I fix this gate, it usually costs me a minimum of about $400, which is ridiculous. Liftmaster needs to come up with a different design, something better that's not so prone to getting zapped by electrical interference, because it gets expensive. Because I mean, it's not something that's covered under warranty. It's ridiculous. But anyway, all done with that. But anyway, hey, if you like the content, make sure to hit that subscribe button. You guys are killing it for me. You know, I love it. I'm almost to my first milestone, which is 1,000 subscribers. That's my first one, and then we'll go from there and see how it expands. But y'all, I don't have the time that everybody else and a lot of you other YouTubers that you watch to do this, because I still work full time. If a lot of you didn't know, I am a technician by trade, and I build and repair transmissions. Well, basically I do about anything heavy line. But at any rate, so I'm still working full time and trying to get this done, along with taking care of the house. So it's a struggle to try to balance all the time and everything out, because, you know, it's just the way it works. It's the way life is. Anyway, again, if you like your content, make sure and hit the subscribe, smash that like button for me, and thank you very much for sticking around. So with that being said, we're going to get going here, and I'll show you what we got cooking. Alright, so this is the top cover. It, for some reason, looks like somebody decided they wanted to snack on it, because it's all sorts of tore up. I ended up getting a new one of those too. I've got the case off of the top of the motor here, and it's pretty simple. You got your 3 limit switches. You got one here, and then there's one right here. And this one here activates when you move that lock. It disengages. It makes sure the motor doesn't work. But it's pretty simple. You've got your motor harness here, and the green wire is your RPM signal, and then your other wire is it's all your switches and stuff. The wires that you're concerned with are this blue and this red one here. That's your motor wires, and it's a reversing motor. So I mean, if you apply power one way, it'll rotate one way. If you apply power the opposite direction, of course it'll go the opposite direction. Well, this one, when I got it apart, this And when you tried to activate the board, it just flashed 5 times on the diagnostic LED and said RPM reversal. So I got to checking the contacts on the board, and they were doing what they're supposed to do. So let me see if I can get you set up here and easier to do this. Okay, so we're going to use the meter here to start with, and we're basically going to check for continuity. So always test your leads together. This one does not have a 0 mode on it. If it does, I haven't figured it out yet. There's a speeder on there. Not anymore. Anyway, you put your 2 probes together, and you get about 0.2 ohms of resistance, so you got to take that off of your number when you do it, when you add it together. But anyway, what you want to do is you want to check these 2 wires here, the 2 leads going into your motor. You should have continuity in there. And it does. It's got 3.8 million ohms. As you see, you got your M was lit up right here, and it's in auto range, so you got 3.8 million ohms. So remember that number, 3.8 million ohms. All right. If you take your power probe, I'm just using the power probe as it's an easy way to supply power and ground. You put it that way, and you see the red plus at, you go down and it grounds it. So there's my battery voltage that I'm using. I'm just using a 12 volt for test purposes, even though it's a 24 volt system. But basically you're gonna put one end in there and one end I don't have the right terminal here, but we're going to make this work, by golly. There we go. Alright, put your other end in there. And see, when I put power to it, nothing happens. So it doesn't do anything that way. So go ahead and switch your leads to the other way. Do the same thing. I can get it, hang on to it, it's kind of hard to do. Put power to it, nothing happens. Motor no worky. I went ahead and ordered a motor, and you can buy just the motor kits for them. That's this dude right there. And this motor kit comes with just as you see it here. Comes with a switch harness, which is nice because you can replace all them switches. And I'll go ahead and do that since it came with it. And then you get your new motor. Now what they've done is they left these 2 loose because you'll have to pin them on your new connector, or in your original connector. So that's why they left those out like that. And it looks like they've changed the motor design just a little bit. But anyway, you can test this motor before you stick it in there. Basically just set it down there like that. Let me get this meter out of the way for you. We can test this dude. Simply slide that down, get your alligator clip on there. And look at there. Motor working. That's what it's supposed to do, only like I said, it doesn't have, you can check your rotation of it, you can go back the other way if you want to. Switch your leads around. And it should rotate the other direction. And it does. Alright. Since I showed you what the resistance was in the other one, remember what I told you, it was 3.8 million ohms. So, if we get our meter in here, get where you guys can see it. There we go. Just take and grab your test leads. And look at there. You got 1.2 ohms of resistance. That's a good functioning motor. That's a good indication that your other one was burn up on the inside. See, we'll go back to this old motor here. At 3.8 million ohms. So what that basically means is the winding inside this motor is open, or got a high resistance. In other words, it's burn up. It's probably got one or more strands that's burn up and it can't carry the current. So that's what gives you the open, or the high resistance. If it was completely open, of course it'd read just like that, which is out of limits. So that's basically how you test that motor. So now we just need to put everything together. Oh, I just noticed it gave you a new connector too, which that makes it super nice, because that way you just slide the pins in there and you're done. Fantastic. So I guess we'll get to commence to switching this harness around, or switching the motor out, however you want to do, doing both. So here we go. Something else, y'all, I ordered this here, which is the battery harness. The batteries I found on Amazon was about the cheapest way to get them. If you buy them through like Gatehouse Supplies, they're about 95 bucks for a pair of them. You can get a pair of them from Amazon for like 44, I think it was. But these harnesses are cheap. They're $6 for your batteries. Well worth it. A lot of times the terminals on the end will get corroded. There you can see it. They'll get corroded pretty good and not make a good connection. So cheap insurance, get these. now that you got your motor all put back together and everything, this time we're going to test it on the harness then. As you can see, all the wires are still the same colors. You got your blue and your red there, so we'll get you opened up a little bit here. Get all the paraphernalia. Yeah, I know my workbench is a pigsty right now. So we'll connect on the blue on the ground and the red on the power. Look at there. It works. Go ahead and reverse it. Your blue's going to be your hot one this time. It works just fine. So we'll go ahead and put the cover back on. Now I'll take it back. We need to change that lockout. I got a new kit right here, and that is that part number there. They call it a release lever. Comes with new keys and everything. So this should be pretty simple to replace. There's just a screw right there in the middle. Man, that's like the ultimate of easy. By the way, you can get these replacement keys if you lose them. Usually, well, these are numbered. Probably shouldn't show you the number, but I don't think y'all know where I live anyway. Anyway, like there's a company here in town where I'm at that we just went and got another set of keys that way. You get a little O-ring here. Looks like that's going to go right down in that groove right there. Oh, no, it's on the outside. There's the old one. So we'll put the new one in its place. Put our new handle on there. This thing is notched, so you can't hardly put it in there the wrong way. Well, I guess you could if you tried hard enough. Put that on there. Put your new screw in there. Well, that's nice. They even give you a little cover for it. I haven't had a cover on the other one. Nice. Alright. So, that can go in the garbage. That can go in the garbage. Put your lid back on. Oh, don't forget your pin here. What goes in the end here. Flip it over. You got 6 of these Torx headed jobs. Alright, there she is, back together. What I like to do, since I got this thing apart, so I'm going to go ahead and double check it one more time to make sure that it works before I take it out there, put it all in, and then find out, oh, well, you kind of knocked a wire off or something like that. There it is. Works like it's supposed to. Out it goes. Now obviously if I had 24 volts on it, it would move a little faster, but just for test purposes. Alright, y'all, let's get this dude put back in there. Probably won't do it because it's like dark time out right now. So we'll probably do it when there's a little more light. Try to snake it in after work or something like that. But now at least we got the thing working. So let's go put it in. Alright, so last night didn't work. By the time I got off of work and got home, it was pitch black. Gotta love the fall weather and central or daylight time, not central, but we're on Eastern Standard Time. But anyway, besides that, it's a whole lot nicer today. I mean, it's like beautiful fall day here in Florida, so can't beat it. Anyway, got our arm there, bag of tools, some transmitters, and my test meter. So all we need to do is get this dude put back on the gate, since it's not all the way extended. Of course the gate will be half open, but that's alright. So I'm gonna get you set up on a tripod. We'll get the arm put on, and then we'll get going on the rest of it. Alright, I left the pins in it, so that'll make it pretty easy. make sure and undo the strap this time so I don't try to look at there. I'm gonna take the camera out. Got my helpers with me today. They want a piece of the action too, which is fine with me. All right, that's it. I'll do this from the side here, see if it, make sure you guys can see what's going on. Get the box opened up here. I just hope I'm not going to see a surprise when there'll be a bunch of ants in here. There's a chigger. Well, looks good. Looks like there's not a bunch of ants in there. Bonus. Alright. So first things first, you gotta run this wire back up through the hole. You can't do this with the block on the end of it, because it doesn't exactly fit. I'm off to roll this morning. Got to take our lock ring off first. Let's try that again. There we go. Get that nut tight. I usually take, you can use whatever you want, but for me, I just use a big screwdriver. This dude here, and just kind of like that, just to snug it up. All right. Now again, there's multiple ways you can do this. You do what's ever comfortable for you. But for me, to get all the wires in this block, it's easier to pop this block off. And this block, there's a little seam in there. You just get behind it with a screwdriver. Just gently, I do mean gently, pry it up a little bit, and then you can pull the whole block off. Makes a whole. So just, and these are color coded too, so just match up your wire color to your strip on there. Can't get it wrong. Whoever did this one put all these little butt end splices on there, which makes it kind of nice, because that way the wire doesn't fray every time you stick it in there. All right, there's your connector. Just fish it in here. Try to avoid the rest of your wires. Plug that dude back in just like that. All right, everything's right. It should work. So all you got to do is you're going to set your limits. Make sure all your deals are set right. Since I've got just a single gate, the only one that should be on is the save, and that's because I'm not programming transmitters yet. When you program the transmitters, you got to turn that off, program your transmitter, then lock it back down. So set the limit and get it flashing. Oh, looky there. It works that way. Let's go the other way. Works that way too. So that's awesome. So we're going to extend this dude all the way out. Okay, there I'm at my limit, and you can see it's flashing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Okay, so that means it's at its limit. That means the limit switch is working. So it will go the other way, which is fine. So we're going to hook the gate up now. Alright, since it's flashing set open limit, we're going to do the open limit first. And I'd say that's good right about there. So we did that. So now we're going to push, see that open limit's there, so we're going to press it again. Okay, it saved that. Now it said set to close the limit. So let's go the other way. And that's good there. So once we do that, we press the button again, and it saved it. Now you should be able to push your single button down here, and the gate should function as normal. Okay, stopped to where I wanted it, so we'll push the single button again. There it is. Okay, now a couple of these adjustments here we're going to take and we're going to time, because this thing has a timer on it. I've got it set about halfway in the middle, but general rule of thumb, you want to hold it, we'll set it there. We'll set it there, and we'll time it, and it starts from whenever the gate stops. So let me get my timer set up on the phone here. All right, got that all set up, so it's 000. And what you want to look at when this gate opens, over here you've got some LEDs right here, and when that LED goes out, that's when the timer starts. So you can see it's applying power to the red one, the red lead right now. So when it gets to the, it's going to hit the camera. Gets to the end there, starts your timer. As you can see, the timer light is flashing right here. Okay, that was roughly 26 seconds because I wasn't paying attention. I don't know why it's not doing the... It should be a soft close too, but... Alright, well, let's program some transmitters. Kind of interesting how the soft close doesn't want to work. So flip your deal to on or off so you can program some transmitters. And the way you do this is you just push your transmitter button till the light flashes. Push your transmitter. When it beeps like that, that transmitter's programmed. Next one, we're going to do two because I've got... Now we'll just do the big button on this one. Push that. That transmitter's programmed. Push it again. That one's programmed. Okay, when you're done programming transmitters, flip that to save. Hi, Miss Bailey. I got my helper here. Just like that. And your transmitter should be operational. So, and it does. So I don't know what the deal is with the soft close, but it should soft close and it's not. So I'm going to do some little investigating and see if I can figure out what's going on there, because like I said, it should soft close. You can hear the motor increase in speed every time it opens. It starts slow, but then it increases. But when it gets to its limits, it's like instantaneous, bam, it stops, which is hard on parts. It used to soft close and soft open. Well, what y'all think of that one? It may be a little repetitive for some, but you know, I've had some people ask about this deal, this arm motor. In fact, I had one of my subscribers ask me, it still doesn't work after replacing this, or I think he put a motor in it. I don't remember what he said he actually did, but I'm going to tell you from my experience with this thing, these boards are super temperamental and they don't take electrical abuse whatsoever. I think that the guy, whoever put this one in, had it kind of wired not kosher, not the way it should be. I think he got lazy when he put the ground rod in the ground. He didn't actually put it in the ground. I found it just sitting on top of it. So I'm not sure. I mean, it's only speculation at this point, but I know that it's getting expensive having to replace this stupid thing. But you know, you get accustomed to it, because I mean, it's a major inconvenience to have to get out and open and close a gate. And we're freaking spoiled. That's all there is to it. We're spoiled being able to push the button and the gate opens, you know. And when that gate don't open, There ain't some very happy people, that's for sure. But anyway, hey, I hope you liked what you seen. Help me get to 1,000, y'all. I'm almost there, and we'll keep going. Until next video, take care of yourself, take care of each other. God bless you, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.